Good morning, friends. It is currently 9:04 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the 19th of April, not March, like I said yesterday, 2025. And of course, that is the 20th for my friends there on the other side of the planet there. My friends in Australia, my friends in Sydney, my friends in the Gold Coast, my friends in Melbourne. How's everybody doing this morning? I hope you're all doing fantastic. My name's Lee. I'm the guy who started the group. Well, I thought it was funny. The group's so funny, I started it twice, my friends. And you know what? We've got about 654,000 people between our two groups. As I said, I started the group again because it was so good. Between the two groups, 654,000 people. Bigger than many cities on the planet. So what are we? We're the funniest city on the internet. Population, you and I, friends. Funny people in a funny place. And man, do we make people laugh. We do all the time. So what are you folks doing today? I'll tell you what I'm doing today. I'm going to be working a Calgary Roughnecks game this evening, actually, and that's the Calgary Roughnecks. They're a lacrosse team. That's box lacrosse, indoor lacrosse, in other words, and they're playing the Colorado Mammoths. Should be a good game tonight. The Roughnecks are in the playoffs. This is not a playoff game, though, but it is their last regular season game, at least their last regular season home game for sure. So last time we see them before the playoffs start, hopefully they have a nice long run. This is a fun sport to watch, my friends. I'm not big on what they call field lacrosse or outdoor lacrosse, but this indoor lacrosse, fast, fun, and the crowd just treats it like a party. It's a fun crowd. Really great, fun crowd. And looking forward to the game. I always like working these games because, as I said, it's just a riot. And holy smokes, it's fast-paced too. It's go, 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 go. You just got to keep your eye on the ball if you can, my friends. If you have a team in your city, like if you have a national lacrosse team in your city and you haven't been to a game, go to a game. If you do go to games on a regular basis or even just once in a while, let me know. I'd love to hear about it, folks. I'm telling you, this is, if you've never been to one, it's totally different from any other sport you've watched probably. So check it out, folks. That's what I'm doing today. What are you folks doing today? I heard from Rose Glad yesterday. Rose Glad sent in a photo of a finished sweater for her grandson. It looks fantastic as usual. Thank you very much for that, Rose. Hey, how did the painting go? I heard that you're good. You've told me you sold some paintings. Therefore, that makes you a professional artist, Rose. That is fantastic, though. Thanks for sharing the photo of the of that amazing sweater. You just do great work, Rose. And of course, Michelle Finnerty sent in a photo from one of her walks yesterday. They hadn't got down to. I'm just gonna look up the name of this. I think it's called the Daffodil Trail. Yes, I got it right first try. They hadn't got down to the Daffodil Trail yet because it's been just too busy. I get that. Who wants to? You can't. It's hard to enjoy nature when you're surrounded by humans. But they did get out for a really cool walk. They went down to the river. They saw a couple of geese. They saw 2 cranes. They saw snakes. Just fantastic photos. And it looks like they saw a sundog. Now, I don't know if that term is universal. So out here, a sundog is what you call when you see a ring around the sun. We see it quite often in the winter when there's ice particles in the air. I think that's what causes it in the winter. I don't know what causes it during other times of the year, but they look fantastic, and that's a great photo of one. So thanks for sharing those photos, Michelle. Awesome photos. I always want to hear about your walks. And folks, I want to hear about your days too. Don't be shy. Let us know what you're doing, folks. Drop a comment on this video. I don't need great details. Just, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'd love to hear it, my friends, and I'd love to talk about it tomorrow. So we've reached that portion of the video where I normally showcase 2 great posts from 2 great members of the group like you. Well, today I'm doing something a little different. Yes, there's still 2 great posts. One from a great member of the group by the name of Paul Schild. The other one from a scammer. What did I do? Well, the scammer, it was a bot, so it's not actually a person behind it, except for the person that, reaps the benefits of the bot. So we had a pending post. All posts are pending until we say okay to them. And I noticed right away it was from one of these scammers. And there are telltale signs. A few of them I've learned from a fantastic member of the group by the name of Lizzie Grin. Thank you, Lizzie. But at the same time, it was a funny post. So what did I do? I stole the post from that scamming bot. I saved the image and I declined the post because screw them. I'll rip them off now. I'll rip those scamming bots off. Anyways, that's beside the point. So the first image, the first post, is from Paul Schild. I'm going to bring that up right away. This made me laugh really hard, Paul. Thank you very much. Take a look at that image. They do look terrified. Maybe they thought they were going to be, friends for life, and then you separated with them. Paul, thank you very much for that. That is freaking hilarious. It made me laugh very hard. Paul, really happy to showcase your post too. It's the first time I've showcased a post from Paul. And Paul, I hope it's the first time of many. So keep them coming, Paul. That was awesome. Now the second one. Now this is the post that I stole from a scamming bot. And I don't feel bad about it at all. But I do find it funny. So you know what? I'm taking the post and tossing the bot. I live in an area with a lot of coyotes. I've seen similar signs to this that people have put up on their own. There are always signs that the city puts up when there's high coyote activity in the area. But this is funny, my friends. And you either know why it's funny or you don't. And if you don't, I am so sorry that you didn't experience one of the funniest cartoons in the world. Friends, thank you so very much for your post. Thank you very much, Paul. Thank you, Scammer, for your post. And that I will definitely take credit for. Folks, you want to get your posts up here, just share them. Share funny stuff. That makes me laugh. And when I'm going through the posts in the morning looking for something to share, if your post makes me laugh, there's a good chance it's going to be featured here. Keep them coming, folks. Those funny posts are what make us awesome. And you can share stuff from outside of Facebook too if you're on the interwebs and you find something funny. Don't hesitate to share something funny if you find it. If it doesn't quite fit, we won't let it through, but that doesn't mean you're going to get into trouble. We just appreciate the fact that you're posting stuff to the group, my friends. Make us greater than we already are, and we are great, my friends. Alright, now where are we here? I told you what time it was when I started the video, and I told you what the date is on my side of the planet, and then I mentioned that since we live on a globe, we've got some folks on the other side of the world who are living in the future, and it's the 20th for them. For instance, my friends in Melbourne. And then I actually introduced myself. I'm Lee, guy started the group, and you're the folks who made the groups amazing. Okay, and then I asked you about your day after telling you about my day. Come on, folks, I really want to hear about your day. We heard from Rose Glad, we heard from Michelle Finnerty about their days. I want to hear about your day, my friends. Don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Just drop a little comment on this video saying, hey, I'm doing this or I'm doing that. We don't need details. We just want to generally know what you're up to if you want to share it, my friends. All right, so then we did that. Then I featured two great posts from one great member of the group, Paul Schild, and the other one was a post that I proudly stole from a scamming bot that was trying to get one past you folks, but it was still a funny post, so I stole it and I posted it. So we shared those two posts. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, scamming bot that's no longer a member of the group. Not you, Paul, but there was a comma between those. And then I'm pretty sure that got us here, and from here the only place I know where to go is to the bad jokes. What side of the turkey has more feathers? The outside. Have you ever noticed how quiet bowling alleys are? At any moment you can hear a pin drop. If at first you can't drink tea, try again. Scientists have discovered that talking to cows make them produce more milk. Apparently it's a case of in one ear, out the other. Why are pupils the last thing to stop working when you pass away? Because they dilate. I once saw two sketch artists get into a fight. It ended in a draw. My extra sensitive toothpaste gets upset when I use other toothpastes. I accidentally put my organ donor card in an ATM last night. It cost me an arm and a leg. You can tell a lot about a person from their hands. For instance, if they're around your neck, they're probably upset with you. What's a quarterback's least favorite pastry? Turnovers. Thanks, folks. Thanks for coming back for those jokes. Thanks for laughing at the jokes. Thanks for not running away when the joke segment starts if you don't really enjoy the jokes. And especially thank you if you ever provided me with jokes or if you're thinking about providing me with jokes. That's right. I want to tell your jokes, my friends. Send your jokes to jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. Jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. I want to tell your jokes, and I will tell your jokes if you send them to me if I can. And if I do tell your joke, I'm giving you credit for that. And I do want to say thank you to my friend Dave Knapp. A few of those jokes were from him. And I also have to say thanks to the folks at Dad Says Jokes on Instagram who actually provided this book. Well, they didn't provide it. I bought the book, but they compiled the book, and they have a great Instagram, I guess a channel you call it. I'm not affiliated with them at all, but I do appreciate their jokes, and I've used their jokes, so I have to show my sources, my friends, just like how I will tell people how I used your joke when you send me in some jokes. Do jokes at wellithoughitwasfunny.com. And you know what would be also awesome? How would you like to tell a joke? That's right, I would love to have you tell a joke from one of these videos. How do you do that? Well, you pick up your phone, you turn on the camera, you make sure that front-facing camera's on, that's the one that's facing you, so you see your beautiful face there, and then you hit video, and then you hit record, and then you record yourself telling a joke. And then what do you do after that? You send that video to me at, guess where? Jokes at wellithoughitwasfunny.com. That's jokes at wellithoughitwasfunny.com. Send your jokes, send your video of your jokes, send all that funny stuff to jokes at wellithoughitwasfunny.com. If I get 10 people telling 10 jokes or more, one of these videos are just going to be you folks telling the jokes. I'll introduce it, and you folks will tell the jokes. I think that would be awesome, my friends. So send your jokes and send the videos you've telling jokes to jokes at wellithoughitwasfunny.com. Waiting to see it. All right, folks, 2 quick favors, and I haven't asked this for a little while. If you get a chance today and you're out and about, try to make somebody laugh. You'll make their day better. Second favor, along the same lines, you know what? You're as important as anyone else, and you deserve to laugh, and you deserve to be happy. Make sure you find something that makes you laugh today if you can. And if it's particularly funny, you know what? Share it on the group and tag me in it saying, Lee, this is what made me laugh today. That would be awesome, and maybe I'll share it tomorrow in our featured posts.
I've seen the style before. Terminal psychotic.
All right, folks, so I'm going to wrap up the video. I really am. I do want to say thank you again, of course, for being members of our amazing groups. Thanks for being a member of the community. Well, I thought it was funny. You know, folks, that's 655,000 people or something like that, more than that. It's amazing that we have that many people in the group. I'm going to say it again. We're the funniest city on the internet. Population, you and I, my friends. We're funny people. We're in a funny place, and we make people laugh all the time. I have people, you know, DM me telling me that the group is so special to them. And you know what? That's special to me. It's a little heavy at times, but at the same time, I appreciate that you take the time to actually tell me that, and I really appreciate the time that something I created is making a positive impact in your life, my friend. Sorry about the pause there. I just couldn't use my words. But folks, I love that you love these groups, and I love that you've made these groups amazing, and you have. I put the framework in place, but it's your posts, your stuff, your shares, your just plain funniness that have made these groups amazing. And you know what? Let's keep it going. Let's keep them growing too. You know, we're on our way to 1 million, and maybe we're gonna hit 1 million. And if we do, that's unbelievable. But I'm gonna say something. Even if we never got another member and we stayed at the size that we are right now, this is the best group in the world, my friend. The funniest group in the world, and it's because of you, folks. Thank you so very much. Thanks for making something I created make a difference. And folks, thanks for being awesome. I'm going to be here again tomorrow. Hopefully you're going to be here. Maybe we'll have a couple of new people. And you know what? Even if we don't, as I said, we're already the best group in the world, my friends. See you again tomorrow. All the love.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I think it was funny.
Well, I thought 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 it was funny.